interesting games here. So let's go with the first game. On the left, we have a spawn of TSM. So let's check out real quick. Well, how is this starting position? Well, this herd of hippos is pretty nice. Actually, kind of not common on this map, and that will help them quite nicely. They have another herd here. And how's it looking on Fen's side? Yeah, he also has this. So this is some high hunt spawn of Megalopolis, it seems. Looking at JSS, they have the same. Yeah, that's a bit different from yesterday. We could see a bit limited food, and here you can see that everyone has a lot of it, so the start will be quite fun. Looking at the TCs, everyone has 3 in the back, 3 in the back. Then we have 3 on the top that are pretty much for TSM, and 3 on the bottom that are for JSS. And we have 1 extra TC that is, well, kinda here and here. So if you look at the map, the TCs are kinda funnily placed. Maybe a bit of an advantage to JSS in their placement. But really, when preparing for this map, you should count with such eventualities and really be ready. First relic, great villager hit points, so that's going to help a lot if in case JSS try to raid, which they will with double Oranos. And you can see a nice herd, so some nice back hunt. Well, this is just hyenas. Another hunt, so they have pretty much safe spots for hunting. And looking at JSS, do they have similar spots? Doesn't really seem so. They have just this herd of zebras, and yeah, well, it's okay. Maybe only Chef doesn't have a very good position. He will maybe be forced to actually go a bit further. Oh, he has rhinos here, so yeah, everybody is pretty much fine here. Not any serious disadvantage as of yet. We have another relic here, and that's villager speed. That's also very nice when defending against raids. And we are getting a 213, so let's check how are actually activities here. This all seems pretty much standard. Same goes for count. And how's it looking for Earth? Also nothing unusual. 7 on foot. That's kinda normalish. Not sure where this really is going. He seems to be going all around here. Oh, he's going for the hunt, okay. So he wants the safe one, and that's of course Azanegi what you want. You want to be safe on your start. And this is another new relic, right? Toxots, Chariots, Throwing Axemen, and Arcus hit points. Well, that could be actually nice if anyone picks it up. And we can see that player is already building a temple. So he will be advancing at pretty much around 5-ish time, it seems. And how about the other guys? Well, Atlantis and Fen are building their temples right next to each other. So they are going definitely for a defensive position here. And as we said with player, you can expect some early advances. How about maybe just after this really? Yeah. Yes, there you go. That's going to be a pretty fast time, 4:30. And how's it looking for JSS? That's similar for count. He's also up and up. And Earth, well, Azanegi, he'll be up in soon though. Chef will be similar to count. So all Oranoses will be pretty much at the same time up. And we have another relic here. What is this? Help of monkeys. Well, not too much helpful, but in the early fights they can actually help, but not really further on. Well, just looking at the TC's position is something at some very strategically advantageous position. Doesn't really seem so. They seem to be decent, and this in the middle will be probably the most important because it's, as I said, in the middle of the map and will pretty much control what goes on around the middle, which is the most important part of the map. Besides that, we see that the player is kind of forced. He's opting for a risky hunt here on the outskirts of his base, so he might be forced to run a bit inside once the raiding from these red and teal guys start, which they definitely want to do and will. Let's check what actually maybe Fen is doing. He's having just 4 on wood, so no, there is no centaur raiding or some such nonsense, and player is preparing to defend actually against the raids. He just sniped the oracle, so Count actually knows where it is. And we have shifting sands. Where did they go? I actually can't see what damage it did, because it doesn't seem it did really much of anything anywhere. Oh well, we'll see in game who gets this advantage, I guess. Fen is going for standard Hippicons, so that's a nice play against Nati. And we can see the teal spots on the minimap, the same as red, going forward to actually do some nice fun. So, are they going for the... yeah, they are going for the food release of the player. And everybody is converging on this release. Haha, poor guys. And they don't know that another batch is coming, so this is kind of underestimation from Unplayer's part, and this release will need to retreat. This will actually help him quite a lot, because once the release are behind there, if they actually get there, that was a very nice use of Shockwave. And that costs release, that costs release. That costs release quite a lot. And some downtime for player, obviously, but not all that brutally much. And we'll see if his team actually helps him enough to recuperate. But you can see a lot of dots from JSS actually running all around the guys, and player is very aware of this, and they are trying to wall as much as they can together with Fen. So far they seem to be doing quite nicely, but Fen is just now idling, and he's quite risky playing as well, because this could turn against him, same as for player. We see some blue dots here for some centaur raiding, yeah, from a player. And haha, this really is going to be having a tough time. And actually, a permanent downtime, it seems. Let's see, does he get killed? Yeah, he should. Yep. Goodbye. So let's see how these guys are actually doing. Well, they are through the walls to Fen, who doesn't really have any army now, even though he decided to go for medium Hippicons right on. Interesting choice, but sooner than he actually pumped that army, he decided for an upgrade. Well, let's see if he can actually defend all that long. And, well, seeing how he's pretty much in his base, he should be pretty fine. And we can see another attack here, so that's Count actually through to the player's base. But this is not really a good spot against the TC, and those two centaurs from player are really quite worrisome for JSS actually. They are still frantically flaring them for someone to take care of them. That should be Earth definitely, because he has priests and Pharaoh and such. And yeah, the Pharaoh is just trying to catch up with them. But they are sniping as much as they can. Ah, I just missed them. Just missed them, and we can see that TSM are now pretty much forced into a defensive and turtling. They need to gather around right in their middle, because JSS are pretty much all over them. on all sides. Well, yeah, this definitely sucks for them. Because Count was trying to build this TC, but with those guys running around, it's not really safe. And TSM are pretty much nicely doing the scouting here. Oh, now we have a nice fight here with the Raiden. And Willy's joining in to help the armies. Here you can see that Fen actually did the right thing with upgrading, because those medium Hippicans are pretty strong and they are very tough to kill, especially with Turmas that have very low attack and are not really doing all that much damage there. And in the middle we have an Ativor with Count at this moment forcing Atlantis to flee back to his home. But other than that, we can see that guys are picking up second TCs, pretty much everyone. Player is going for this one. Oh, Earth is seeing this, but not really paying attention. I'm afraid he forgot that he has the Veggie here. Yeah. And now that he noticed, it's too late. And how's the CC coming up? Will Chef actually notice? Yeah, he does. And he's going to do some damage. Is he going to kill the Willy? Yeah, at least killing the Willys here. That's a nice play. And the rest of his army... Well, the rest of his army. The bunch he left there to sacrifice, actually, is doing some damage. And how is it looking for Count here? He actually has a way through the forest, it seems. But right now, player already has enough force to actually defend him. And right now, JSS are pretty much forced to go round and just try to find some free release. Earth is through Hathor. And is he going to do a forward Migdol? Yeah, he is going somewhere. Is he going maybe here? Besides this gold? Yes, he is. And he will then go for this TC. Problem is that Atlantis actually has a line of sight here, so he will pretty much see fine. Let's check the battle here. Yeah, those are just all the teal bodies. And on TCs we have everyone on 2, but Chef. But he's already building it, so not really much of a problem. And this is a nice army for TSM. They actually don't have to worry about anything right now. They are pretty much secure. They are walled all throughout. And we can see that Fan is going for the TC, possibly. It seems so. While Count is actually trying to somehow secure this TC, but not really sure who could take it as of now. Fan is navigating for this one. And we can see Migdol is up, and well, how are these guys going there? They are going for this TC. Well, we could see some fun if somebody is careless and builds, and his enemy builds some siege ships here. This could be pretty fun, a little water battle. Right now Red is doing something, and we have sent already in from player, because this is kind of a mid-game where nothing much interesting is going on. Another tactical TC for JSS is being taken by Count. And let's see if someone from maybe here is thinking about Mythic, actually. Or Mythic, sorry. Heroic. We have Chef through Thea. And yeah, Atlantis is going up as well. It's about time. About Fen. Doesn't seem he's ready yet. He doesn't really need to go up because his classical units are strong enough. And we have some upgraded trading from Earth here. Oh, Earth went for very fast mythic. 30 minutes, that's pretty decent. From Horus. And yeah, they have a line of sight here, TSMs, but no one could get there in time. Those guys are still being trouble all around the map. This is a good spot for Count to actually take care of this TC and make sure he sees it. And it seems that Earth is actually going for the back TC. Well, that's going to surprise TSM because they are not having a land of sight. They are not having sight on this TC, and this could come as a big surprise for them. Yeah, just picking up the wheelies. One dead. This will be it as well. Well, that's a pest. And we can see some big battles here brewing. Oh, that's a decent battle. How's it looking for Atlantis? He has at least decent ups. Count is back and he doesn't really have any earth, just the armor. And wow, 4 centaurs, but they are going to get slaughtered, I'm afraid, here. There are priests abounding, but they should really be aiming at these guys. And we have a bolt actually here, and yeah, that was a rock for actually raiding with Petsuchos. And TSMs are actually doing a pretty good job here, pushing on JSS, and yes, they need some extra help here. That's a lot of centaurs and they do a lot of damage, so they definitely need earth to build some priests. Is the CC coming up? TSM discovered it, but will they be in time to actually stop it? They shouldn't be. With the Empower, they should be staying pretty safely. What's this kind of army? Yeah, this definitely isn't going to take down the building, so they will need to go back. Yep, you are too late. Sorry, TSMs. And we can see some attempts at raiding from Chev here, who's trying to go around and actually catch Fan off guard. As for a heroic, just Fan and player are still not up. They both have ceasefire, so they actually can make some fun. Whatever. Yeah, obviously Art isn't going to build anything here, but this army of centaurs is really getting scary. And is actually someone from JSS going to help? Or just Earth is trying to help himself? Yeah, TSM was trying to do some raiding as well. Well, Chef got a bit further than he actually should. And right now, this army will get killed pretty soon. But anything to get your opponent out of their comfort zone counts. Right now, yeah, just in time player built the wall and actually trapped this army of Earth, and it's gonna cost some units, but not really all that much. You can see that Atlantis is through to Mythic, and actually just now started Secrets of the Titans, so we are going to see Titans pretty soon here. Oh, actually, TSM just let Chef's army through into some successful raid here. And how's this TC? Well, Chef tried to build it, but not really successfully, and they have a problem here with TSM Atlantis actually going there with quite some nice backup, and we can see that he's also raiding, and this is going to cost Count some wheelies. This one is definitely, well, definitely. If he doesn't micro a bit, he is dead, and this just died. That's 2 wheelies down. And, of course, the Tartarian Gate. That has just been taken care of. We can see that Fan is trying to do something similar to SpoFT yesterday, and actually this could work very well, because JSS don't have any line of sight on this, and they could take him by surprise and possibly steal this TC. These guys still trying to do something. They will soon be killed by the TC, but they are disrupting as much as they can. And this brutal army of centaurs, well, that's going to kill some wheelies for sure. And we have Fan through Apollo to potentially delete some Titan Gate or some such. Well, this is Titan Gate. Earth has a tornado, but because of these Hesperate trees, he will be able to actually cast it. Haha, nice shockwave. And let's reduce the number of the centaurs a bit. But still they're getting there, and this will be really slaughter time. Wow, we have a lot of yellow here. Oh, nice 15 cents. Ah, just in time, just in time. That could have gone well worse for TSMs, but this was well played and well saved at the last moment, actually. Can this come up to enough hit points? Ah yeah, this is a good play. And now the Titan Gate could actually go down. Because these locusts are for a long time. Chef is through Hecate, so how's it looking with the ages actually? It's just fan, player and count, not up. But once fan or player are up, we are going to see some Zeus nonsense again. And that could really turn the tables here. Unless JSS can put enough pressure up to their enemies. And we can see that Fan actually successfully stole the third TC. Thanks to the ceasefire as well. So can we actually get the catapults to shoot here? Oh no, we have another ceasefire. So yeah, they definitely won this Titan up. But it cost them both their ceasefires. And well, I'm guessing that there is not something they were planning on. And we also see that Atlantis is stealing another TC from JSS. So this will be an advantage to TSM. They used those ceasefires to the fullest. And player is through Hephaestus. So at this point this game isn't actually looking all that great for JSS. Oh, I hope Erd definitely sees this, because if he doesn't, that's going to be a very sad day indeed. Right now he sees this. Well, let's get back to the Titan Gate and see what actually happens here. There are some maneuvers going on. Yep, Shockwave is gonna save the day here. But this is a really slaughter, you can hear all the donkeys getting killed here. Tartarian Gate from Chef. Is this going to be enough? Another Tartarian Gate from Count. And we see a Titan Gate from JSS as well. Okay, so this is it for this part of the map, and we can see that Red Count is actually trying to destroy this TC. And with a bit of help from Earth, is actually kind of succeeding right now. But Fan is trying to wall the trade, and that's going to hurt them quite a lot if someone doesn't do anything with this quite soon. Chef was actually trying to build a wall here, but he hasn't finished it, and right now he has his hands full with Fan. We can see that the Titan Gate of Atlantis is actually saved. It costs them a lot, 2 very important tactical spells. And this one, will it survive? They have 2 underworlds, so they could potentially transport here quite easily. And I would think that Fan is actually right inside to get the line of sight here. They took the tree, and is it going here? No, not yet. This situation is getting solved slowly, but still the trade is going in a route they don't really want to take. And well, still nothing from TSM's guys. Okay, so let's just watch the battle here. And let's check some of the upgrades. Oh yeah, there's very nice ones for Count. And we can expect that player will be having a nice lineup as well. This is a kind of an evenish battle, as long as player actually doesn't pull up Myrmidons. When he does, that's going to be quite another matter there. At the same time, Earth is actually using his advantage as a full boomed Eggy. And he has a Titan Gate also at the back. And this second is halfway through, so TSM should actually try to do something here. Ben is trying to do something, but they should kinda hurry up. Because this Titan from Atlantis isn't going to be in time. That's very far away across the whole map. But yeah, once he has the 3, he can actually freely cast the spells here. But his teammates are actually occupied at their homes and they need to defend as much as they can. And we have the third Titan from JSS. Let's look right in here. Oh, player actually cut through the trees to allow his enemies to actually raid through. So they will potentially wreak havoc to anything they can find. Maybe they will take these spirits and build the dryads out of them. That would be a very nice play as well. And this point of map, well, is Fan doing enough here? Doesn't seem so. He's kinda stalled and ever so slowly Chef is actually kinda defending, although he has just 2 DCs. His teammates should really help him much more, because he's fighting 2 versus 4 and against Zeus that is mythic. That's not the point of game where you want to find yourself in. Titan up for Chef, and not really sure this could be a good spot for him, because he has just 2 TCs. Now he's minus 20 pop. So first order of action is probably going to be taking this TC out and actually trying to do something similar. Yeah, we can see the Willy slaughter here. And both Titans at 50% for JSS. Yeah, that is costly. Right now this Titan is doing his job as he should, destroy any TCs in his path. And there's not really much JSS can do about that. They should just try to help his teammate, who is having a very hard time here actually. And what's this? Oh, yeah, that's the unit that's going to save the game. And right now, Count finally helped Chef enough that Fan is actually forced to flee. And right now, they could get into some kind of forward action right now. But at the same time, Earth is getting in a bad position here, because it allows him to be doubled. And, well, this is gutsy. As soon as Count actually sees this, that's going to be brutal. Right now he does. And it doesn't seem player actually is aware of this. And there's a yellow blob here. Okay, that's a nice raid with catapults. That's a DC down. That's going to help them quite nicely. That's player just to do DCs. And while he's having all his troubles here, just defending, and almost missed this. Is this going to be successful? At this point it really seems so, because this caught JSS really off guard, and this will be one Titan down. And player is building at the same spot, but I'm afraid that's not a very clever spot, because if Tornado is cast here, it could be cast pretty close, I would think, but they would need some line of sight here. A red dot is here. Oh, that's an interesting red dot. And we can see that this dealt a lot of damage. It actually took down Earth's TC as well, but this Titan now should really take care of this. Not really sure. Oh, Earth is having some problem with his mouse. Well, that sucks. This is going to be pretty okay. Mouse isn't reacting and I can't use my right mouse. Well, that definitely sucks. And this bolt sucks for him as well, because this means he will lose the Titan actually. And we have a tornado with an attempt to actually kill the Titan here. Will it do enough? Yeah, it will. That's a unique way of killing Titan actually. You don't see that very often. It did very nice damage and this Titan will soon be gone. But Earth is really losing here. And if it's because he has bad mouse and can't really play properly, that's possible. But also because player is at 40 Cs and is fully boomed. Okay. So JSS called this game a done deal. Even though they weren't in a really all that bad position, but when Earth actually cannot play, that's a bad spot. I'm not really sure why they didn't want to save. But yeah, considering TSM actually have two Zeuses, that was quite possible that there was no way back for the guys, because they were two Oranoses and a Greek, so that means that Myrmidons are going to slaughter everything that's gonna come in their path, and that's it then. Not really sure what's going to happen now if JSS actually have someone else in place. Let's look at the post game real quick here. You can see the research count, of course, there's the cheap upgrades from Hephaestus. And well, you can see the advantage in the TCs really paid off, and they used the ceasefires very nicely to gain advantage in the TCs, and that was really problematic for them. Alright, GG, 1-0 to TSM.